Today on CityLine, exploring the culture of Korea right here in our own backyard. We're going to teach you the basics of Korean cuisine and see how Koreans and Korean Americans are influencing music and sports in this city. Hello everyone, welcome to CityLine. I'm Karen Holmes Ward. Later in the program, a filmmaker's take on the aftermath of the Korean War. But first, Massachusetts is home to more than 20,000 Korean Americans. In Alston, you'll find a mini Koreatown made up of a strip of small shops, bakeries, cafes, and restaurants. Korean food is known for being healthy and chock full of complex flavors. But the cuisine flies a bit under the radar. So here's a crash course on what to try with reporter Sangeeta Lee.
On Chiswick Road in Brighton is Damoa, a family-owned restaurant specializing in Korean cuisine. It's where we find Grace Niwa, a Korean-American PR executive turned professional foodie. Niwa has turned her love of Asian food into a side business as editor and co-author of New Asian Cuisine's monthly newsletter and cookbook. Niwa has a special place in her heart for Korean food.
I would say the most distinctive thing about Korean food is the level of taste and flavor and the spiciness.
Niwa says Korean cuisine's profile is on the rise in the U.S. and elsewhere.
Korean cuisine, unfortunately, hasn't had enough attention as opposed to Chinese or Japanese cuisine. These days, this is changing. The Korean government has actually announced that they are doing a huge push on Korean cuisine, and they're hoping to raise the number of Korean restaurants in the U.S. to 40,000 by 2017. When you sit down at a Korean restaurant, you are all of a sudden given all these different varieties of banchan, which are side dishes, and those are complementary. Banchan can range from mostly vegetables, pickled kimchi, to spinach, bean sprouts, and pan-fried foods, fish, all sorts of things.
Kimchi is Korea's national dish and a staple of Korean cuisine. 1.6 million tons of kimchi are consumed by South Koreans every year.
It is made out of Chinese cabbage and ginger and garlic and scallions and fermented shrimp and anchovies, and also, most importantly, red chili pepper powder.
The bold, spicy flavor of kimchi can be complemented by the milder taste of haeulpajeon, an appetizer.
Haeulpajeon is a seafood pancake, and sometimes Koreans call it their pizza. So when it comes to your table, it is sort of cut like a pizza. It's delicious. For people who have never eaten Korean food, it's probably the best dish to start off with.
Adventurous foodies might try kimchi stew called kimchi jjigae. The fermented kimchi is salted, spiced, and kept at a low temperature with minimal exposure.
It actually brings out the flavor of the kimchi more, and so you use that kimchi and you add some pork and some green scallions, some clams and mussels, and tofu, and you boil it.
Another classic and popular Korean dish is dolsot bibimbap.
It is all these different kinds of vegetables on top of rice and in a beautiful stone pot. And so when it comes to your table, it is crackling. And then there is this great sauce called gochujang, and it's a hot red pepper paste, and it's a bit sweet. And so according to whether you like spicy food or not, I love it spicy, so I pour it on and I mix it all up.
This red pepper paste is also used in a seafood medley called nakji bokkum, a hot and fiery amalgamation of stir-fried squid and octopus. Desserts such as Korean rice cake, also known as tteok, are traditionally low-fat and mild in taste. Chapsal jeonbyung is a type of tteok, made out of pan-fried grain and glutinous rice dough, covered in molasses or honey. While restaurants like Damoa offer traditional Korean cuisine, others take a more modern approach. For almost 10 years, Color Restaurant in Allston has been catering to Bostonians with an appetite for what is known as Korean street food.
In Korea, one of the most fun things to do after work or after school or class is to go to these street vendors on the street, and they're usually standing tents. And you can find all sorts of really yummy foods.
Color is a popular student hangout and a favorite neighborhood cheap eat. Entree prices range from $7 to $15. Eunhwa Ju is the owner.
We mix together Korean and fusion style. We all mix together, so that's why students like it. Yeah.
Tteokbokki is the quintessential street food.
So a lot of high school and college students love this dish, and it's made out of rice cakes that are cylinder shaped, and it's all mixed up in this hot pepper paste, which is a little bit sweet.
A less spicy alternative is kimbap, which looks like sushi but contains no raw meat or fish.
It's sort of like very similar to Japanese furumaki. Inside there's spinach and egg and radish and carrots, and you can put beef in there. Some people even put kimchi in there.
A favorite among students, particularly during exam time, is Korean-style ramen.
Korean-style ramen is spicy, and usually the way I eat it is usually late at night, and I always put an egg in it. It's a wonderful late-night comfort food snack.
And finally, the ultimate treat that's sure to keep you cool and refreshed during warm weather, hot bingsu.
And it's made with shaved ice, fruits like kiwi and melons and green tea ice cream on top, or even coffee ice cream. And on the bottom there's this red bean sauce as well as condensed milk, and then you mix it all together and you eat it. Some people like to eat it actually layer by layer, but I recommend mixing it all up and eating it.
Looks good. Now, for more information on Damoa Restaurant in Brighton, see their website, damoa.com, and check out Color Restaurant at 166 Harvard Avenue in Allston. And finally, to find out more about New Asian Cuisine's newsletter and cookbook, see this website, asiafood.org/New Asian Cuisine. When we come back, backstage at the Boston Symphony Orchestra with 3 of the city's leading female musicians. From the very beginning, musicians at the Boston Symphony Orchestra have hailed from all over the world. These days, it's not uncommon to see many Asian American faces on the symphony stage. In fact, 3 women of Korean ancestry are helping lead the BSO to new heights. We're going to meet them. Plus, a highly respected taekwondo master is helping Bostonians get in shape while embracing the sport's age-old Korean traditions. Here's reporter Sangeeta Lee.